Facts Verse presents Most Dangerous Destinations. Avoid at all costs. Before we get started, make sure to like the video and subscribe to our channel. Vacation destinations. When you think of a vacation destination, you think about fun, sun, and relaxation. While this does describe many tourist destinations, it doesn't describe all of them. There are some vacation destinations that aren't very safe. These are the most dangerous destinations. Avoid at all costs. Alnwick Gardens in England. The name may sound harmless enough, but this garden is far from safe. The Duchess of Northumberland, Jane Percy, collected some of the rarest plants in the world and brought them to this garden. Some of the plants are deadly. They try to keep visitors away from the dangerous plant section, but if you take a wrong turn into the poison garden, it could be a fatal mistake. Skellig Michael in Ireland. Skellig Michael might look like a beautiful island and a nice place to visit, but it can be dangerous. The terrain is less than forgiving. Also, the mountains are dangerous and should only be climbed by professionals. It takes just one wrong step or a slip to develop bruises or break a bone. Visiting the island can easily have deadly consequences. Praia de Boa Viagem in Brazil. This is one of the most popular beaches in Brazil, and it draws countless tourists every year. The beach is also known for its history with sharks. Since 1992, there have been over 60 reported shark attacks at Praia de Boa Viagem, but it isn't enough to keep adventure seekers from swimming there. If you want a safe place to swim, you should find another Brazilian beach. The Kokoda and Black Cat Trails in New Guinea. These trails take you on a 60-mile stretch directly into the jungle of Papua New Guinea. If you're going to hike the trail, be ready for the blistering heat, the dangerous wildlife, and the armed locals. Every year there are many people who go on the path but don't come back alive. If these dangers aren't enough, there are also foxholes and weaponry left behind from World War II still lying around in this area. These can also lead to serious injury. There are plenty of other safe trails in New Guinea, so it's best to avoid these. El Caminito del Rey in Spain. This is a man-made walkway along the side of a mountain. It's very dangerous and has claimed enough lives where it was finally closed to the public. This didn't stop people from trespassing along its deadly path. In 2015, El Caminito del Rey was reopened to the public. Before it reopened, the trail went through years of renovations to make it safe. The deteriorated concrete was replaced, and the exposed rusted metal supports were as well. Today, it's a little safer, but do you really want to take the chance? Yosemite National Park's Half Dome in California. Yosemite National Park is a popular vacation destination. Within the park is the Half Dome. The ascent is over 5,000 feet and it's nearly vertical. This is a rock climber's dream, but the Half Dome has claimed over 60 lives. If you do make it to the top safely, you will have burned between 4,000 and 10,000 calories. The beaches of Acapulco in Mexico. The beaches of Acapulco are gorgeous. During the 50s, it was a hot spot for Hollywood celebrities. Today, it's a very dangerous place to visit. The crime rate there is 30 times higher than the average American city. The city is overrun with gang violence, and many of the murders that take place are drug-related. Unfortunately, it's not uncommon for innocent tourists to get caught in the middle of it all. The Cliffs of Moher in Ireland. The cliffs provide a stunning view of the Atlantic Ocean as well as the Irish countryside. This is what draws people here. However, the steep hills and rugged walkways have led to more than a few people plummeting to their deaths. For this reason, the cliffs are a popular spot for suicides. Hawaii Volcanoes National Park in Hawaii. Many adventurous tourists visit Hawaii Volcanoes National Park to visit the mouth of an active volcano. Some even ride their bikes down there. The attraction has been closed down more than once due to death, but it always opens again. This volcano is known to erupt frequently, resulting in severe burns to anyone unfortunate enough to be too close at the time of the eruption. The Colorado River System. The Colorado River system is popular for whitewater rafters, but it has become very dangerous. Between the melting snow and heavy rains, hazardous conditions and deadly currents have been an issue. In 2007 alone, 12 people died on the river system. There were also 176 near-fatal injuries. This place isn't safe anymore. Death Valley in California. With a name like Death Valley, why would you even want to visit? It's the hottest place in the United States and one of the hottest spots in the world. If the heat doesn't kill you, the extreme weather conditions and the flash floods might. If you want a nice, relaxing vacation, avoid Death Valley. Valley of Death in Russia. Russia has its own version of Death Valley, and they call it the Valley of Death. It's located at the base of the Kikpinich volcano. The danger in this area lies in the toxic gas that is released by the volcano. It has killed all plant and animal life in the valley. When humans enter the area, they notice the symptoms right away, and most get out before it's too late. Action Park in New Jersey. Action Park was one of the first water parks of its kind. Most people remember the park for the many accidents that took place there. The park featured 40-foot waves in the wave pool, which were deadly. There was a water slide with a loop, which caused severe injuries. If this isn't enough, there were electrical wires in the water. Because of the danger and the many deaths and accidents, the park was finally shut down for good in 1996. SeaWorld in San Diego. SeaWorld is a great place to visit, but it isn't a safe place to work. Over the years, trainers have sustained severe injuries from encounters with orcas. One orca named Tilikum was responsible for the deaths of 3 employees. Danakil Desert in Ethiopia. The Danakil Desert is a popular tourist area due to the brightly colored terrain. It is spectacular to see, but it isn't always safe. The desert is home to volcanic activity, which means that toxic gases in the area can make it very unsafe to breathe. When poisonous gases fill the air, there will be very little oxygen. All of North Korea. Technically, tourism is allowed in North Korea, but the government regulates it. Each year, less than 10,000 Westerners are allowed to visit. Most of the human rights violations fall upon the citizens, but tourists can also find themselves in serious trouble. Visitors have been imprisoned and even tortured for disrespecting the country. Visiting North Korea really isn't worth the risk. New Smyrna Beach in Florida. We all know that Jaws was just a movie, and your risk of getting killed by a shark are slim. This is true everywhere in the U.S. except New Smyrna Beach in Florida. There have been 250 recorded shark attacks. This beach holds the record for the most shark attacks per square mile. Bikini Atoll in Marshall Islands. Bikini Atoll isn't like SpongeBob's home in Bikini Bottom. It looks like a paradise but has gone untouched by humans for years. During the 40s and 50s, Bikini Atoll was a nuclear testing site. This means that today it's teeming with radiation. Today, visits to the island are restricted. You can still take a boat ride around it, but even that isn't very safe. Middlemore Water Park in England. Water parks are known for their dangers, but there is one attraction in Middlemore Water Park that is very dangerous. It was called the Trebuchet. For $60, riders would get loaded into the ride and launched into the air at 60 miles per hour, landing in a safety net. Despite the numerous injuries caused by the ride, it stayed open till 2002. This was the year a rider missed the net and died. Mont Blanc in the Alps. Most people think that Mount Everest is the deadliest climb in the world, but it's not. This honor goes to Mont Blanc, which is the tallest mountain in the Alps. A total of 200 people in history have died while climbing Mount Everest. On Mont Blanc, there are over 100 fatalities every year. Eagle's Nest Cave. Eagle's Nest Cave is an underwater sinkhole. It's often known as the underwater version of Mount Everest. The sinkhole goes down 300 feet, and since the 80s, 12 people have died trying to dive inside. There are warning signs letting divers know of its dangers. We hope you enjoyed this video. Leave us a comment and tell us what you thought. And be sure to subscribe to FactsVerse for more videos.